Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you so much to all of the Islamicly users and Green Portfolio enthusiasts for coming and joining us. Today, we have a very exciting session lined up for you. And I have got the the big man with us today. We've got Divam Sharma with us, who is the portfolio manager as well as a co-founder of the Green Portfolio stable and exciting news coming in from Green Portfolio nowadays. I believe a couple of Green Portfolios funds have hit the top 100 as well in terms of their performances, and Divam will speak more about that. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is a very important webinar, and I believe this is a thing that in today's slightly more tougher markets, this is the program that you should be careful of. ये वो program है जिसके साथ आप हाथ मिला सकते हैं, and you can trust them possibly and trust them to navigate your wealth in these turbulent waters, if that's what I can say as a small retail investor. And please do remember that this webinar is actually and specifically meant for small retail investors. This doesn't require a huge amount of capital. अगर आपके पास कुछ portfolio है which you are thinking that ये portfolio शायद मेरा काम नहीं करेगा, yeah, how can I make this portfolio more efficient? And all of these things will be spoken up and taken up by Divam over here. Essentially, Smallcases is a very beautiful technology tool through which you can build a fully Sharia-compliant portfolio by not compromising on any of your principles of Sharia. And this portfolio is fully audited, fully certified first, fully audited, and it is monitored for Sharia compliance as well. So let's move on. I will give you a more detailed introduction about Divam, and then I'll hand over the webinar to him. So here it is. The Divam Sharma brings over 2 decades of experience in wealth management, client advisory, and business leadership. He is also the CEO and co-founder of Green Portfolio, which is a SEBI-registered portfolio management service, PMS firm. Divam leads the firm's strategic direction, client relationships, and business development, overseeing a couple of hundred plus, I think about 770 crores in terms of their AUM. So Divam holds a prestigious MBA from the Indian School of Business, Hyderabad, and he's also a member of the Indian Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. So here you have a portfolio manager who is from ISB, and he's also a chartered accountant. So there you go. What better person do you need to handhold your portfolio? And the track record says for itself a lot. People who joined us at the inception have enjoyed 100% plus return over the lifetime value of this fund. And inshallah, we believe that under this stable leadership, under his acumen and his team's sincere efforts in bringing Sharia compliant and ethical investing to you as an investor group, will be something that is very exciting and is the need of the hour as well. So without further ado, I'll hand over the presentation slides to Divam, and he should be able to give you some really crazy stuff that you should be able to follow and get up with some investing ideas. Divam, thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you so much for being associated with Islamicly as well. We've had amazing amount of feedback from investors who have followed your small cases. Now you also have a PMS, and you're looking to get more and more exciting products on the Sharia side as well. So thank you so much for giving our audiences a program, a product which complies with the Sharia principles, as well as gives them stable returns. Over to you, Divam. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Abdul, for these kind words. I think likewise, it's been a pleasure and always how we reciprocate, uh, how Islamically has delivered, how it has been able to create this program for the investors. It's really amazing. And I think likewise, I am sitting with a big man who has actually built in so much for the community and continues to strive to do more and more on a continuing basis. I think serving to large institutions across the world and doing so much for the community is really wonderful. And it's an honor to be working with you guys for this entire program. So thank you
Okay.
so much, investors. Thank you so much, investors, for uh, coming on this Sunday and spending time with us. It's been a pleasure. So overall, if you look at the last few months, last few quarters, there have been a lot of volatility, as Abdul said, and uh, and we have been very closely watching. We've been on our toes. We've been regularly tracking the companies, regularly tracking the economy to ensure that there is wealth creation. And that's what we have done over the last few months. If you look at the numbers, we have done some amazing returns for our investors, and we have gotten a lot of appreciation from you as well, the entire community on the type on how we are navigating these turbulent times. So, just a second. Yeah. So, without further ado, I'll take it to who we are. So, we are a SEBI-registered portfolio manager, research analyst, and alternate investment fund through various licenses that we have. We've been trying to cater to various investors through the small case platform. For someone who wants to start investing through us, can come on the small case platform and start investing with the easy click of a button for do-it-yourself investors. For someone who is looking for investing a larger capital of say 50 lakhs, can वो हमारे साथ आके they can invest through the PMS, and over there we do the operations and we do the fund management. उसके आगे अगर किसी को AIF में इन्वेस्ट करना है, which is a further product, which is again we are offering an ethical product over there as well. वहाँ पे they can come and invest. So it is a slightly more diversified portfolio, and also gives opportunities for NRIs to invest with very less documentation. So we are trying to make it as easy as possible in terms of the structures for our investors to invest. It's been almost 8 years since Green Portfolio has been into inception, and हम लोग around 770 crores का AUM और around 300 crores का AUA, so around 1,000+ crores हम लोग manage कर रहे हैं markets में, और 8 साल से ज़्यादा हो गया, and we've been in terms of our performance, we've been on the top. As you can see, these ratings as well. If you look at the last 1 month performance, the May performance, the April performance, we've been on the top in terms of portfolio management services. इंडिया में जो टॉप 10 स्कीम्स थी उसमें से 3 हमारी थी, और अगर आप एथिकल स्मॉल केस को देखेंगे तो हमारा पोर्टफोलियो लास्ट 3 years का केगर अराउंड 22% का है, एंड वी हैव डिलीवर्ड ओवर 79% रिटर्न्स टू आवर इन्वेस्टर्स. सो एक जो मिसकंसेप्शन था इन्वेस्टर्स का, विच वी वांटेड टू ब्रिज, that in ethical investing people do not make money. We are not only providing compliant products thanks to Abdul and Islamicly team. We've been also been able to deliver returns, and that's our strive, that we keep on doing better and better. And we are evolving our products, we are evolving our structures, we are evolving our offerings in ethical, and to try and give you more and more in terms of wealth creation alongside ensuring compliance on a regular basis. ये अगर आप रिटर्न्स भी देखेंगे तो मतलब कॉन्टिन्यूसली बाकी जो अदर इन्वेस्टमेंट्स हैं उससे काफी सिग्निफिकेंटली हायर हैं, तो यही हमारा स्ट्राइव है. अ, तो क्विकली अगर ओवरऑल हमारे क्या हम सोच रहे हैं उसके बारे में जाएंगे और कैसे हम पोर्टफोलियो को कंस्ट्रक्ट कर रहे हैं, तो देखिए हर टाइम डिफरेंट होता है मार्केट्स में. ऑल टाइम्स आर डिफरेंट, एंड यू विल फाइंड different sectors evolving in different times. Like in times like these where geopolitics has become the forefront. Defense becomes a very critical element of the entire globe, and that's where India has also been spending. We've been increasing our budgets of defense. We've been, if you look at the budgets, we've been, even in the recent budget, we've increased our defense budget by over 10%. If you look at the imports, we have restricted the imports, and we are giving defense manufacturing to our domestic manufacturers. Not only this, we are also exporting to a lot of countries. इवन अगर आप देखेंगे तो हम अभी रिसेंटली यूएई के साथ भी हमने डिफेंस का एक अग्रीमेंट किया है. लाइकवाइज हम काफी सारी कंट्रीज के साथ जिनके पास खुद का डिफेंस का कैपेबिलिटीज नहीं है, वी आर ट्राइंग टू एक्सपोर्ट, एंड दैट एक्सपोर्ट्स आर सिग्निफिकेंटली इंक्रीजिंग, एंड वी आर जो अभी तक हम पिछले कुछ साल तक जब बिल्कुल ऑलमोस्ट नेग्लिजिबल एक्सपोर्ट करते थे, नाउ वी आर टारगेटिंग अ 50,000 crores एक्सपोर्ट बाय 2029. इंडिया का ओवरऑल डिफेंस बजट इज समवेयर अराउंड 6 lakh crores, एंड that too is increasing, and domestic manufacturing as a percentage of overall defense consumption is increasing, and it is upwards of 30% today. So this becomes a very critical sector, and we are placing a lot of investments into this sector. Likewise, अगर आप देखेंगे ईवी, ग्रीन मोबिलिटी, इवन सोलार फॉर दैट मैटर, ये जो पूरा क्राइसिस है एनर्जी को लेके भी है. वी आर लुकिंग एट एनर्जी बिकमिंग द फोरफ्रंट ऑफ द इकोनॉमी, एज वेल एज a lot of oil related geopolitics happening across the world. So ईवी की जो सेल्स है, आप कई स्टेट्स में देखेंगे, जैसे दिल्ली में देखेंगे तो टू व्हीलर 100% ईवी में जा रहा है after a point in time, and likewise a lot of our vehicle consumption is going into electric. Likewise, जो overall vehicle का shift है towards electric in this times when energy becomes a critical element. Likewise, for solar as well, we are seeing the shift happening towards solar across. A lot of rooftop solar is being implemented, a lot of corporates going into solar individually, a lot of large investments happening into solar projects. So overall, EV, green mobility, solar has become a very large component of the growth of the economy, and we are placing a lot of investments into this overall piece of sector as well. Electronics manufacturing, likewise, if you look at India used to import a lot of our electronics from China, and over the last few years, since 2019, been a big follower of the production linked incentives that India has been giving over the last few years. आप देखेंगे तो इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स मैन्युफैक्चरिंग, स्पेशली जो स्मार्टफोन्स हैं, जो मोबाइल फोन्स हैं, वो हम लोग ऑलमोस्ट 100% इम्पोर्ट करते थे. अभी पिछले कुछ सालों में देखेंगे तो हम एप्पल के लिए मैन्युफैक्चरिंग, ना केवल मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इंडिया में कर रहे हैं, वी आर ऑल्सो एक्सपोर्टिंग टू द रेस्ट ऑफ द वर्ल्ड, एंड 1 in 4 ऑफ iPhones are manufactured by in India. So that's a crazy number, and we've seen that kind of a growth across a lot of other areas as well. Agar you look into AC manufacturing, you look into other electronics, our companies have done decently well, and we are moving in that direction where we are not only catering to our own population, we are also exporting to the rest of the globe. We are also looking at a lot of government capex. Government has been investing. Government has been creating various infrastructure, be it roads, ports, textile parks, a lot of other areas where government has been investing, and that has actually resulted in the overall spend going above 11 lakh crores in the recent budgets, and the target has been increasing on a regular basis, and that all that capex is driving the economy into a very big momentum, and that also increases the GDP growth of the economy on a regular basis. So as a overall theme, we are focusing a lot on our domestic manufacturing, and as a target, the government is targeting to increase the manufacturing as a percentage of GDP from a 17% today to 25%. Even 17% is not small. If you look at from where we were earlier, we are significantly growing in our manufacturing. We are significantly growing in our consumption. We are a very large population and a very large aspirational middle class population. And we are significantly growing in terms of our manufacturing. And it's a structural opportunity that we are sensing in overall manufacturing across the sectors. And there is definitely infrastructure support. So we are placing our investments into these areas with the mindset that these areas will continuously drive growth for the companies and will gradually continuously drive growth for the investors who are invested in these companies in terms of the performance of the stocks. So, if you look at the markets, again, the markets have been really volatile. Um, we have been thinking that, hey, what is going to happen? Is the stock market going to fall significantly? Is the economy going to crash? We have a lot of doubts in our mind, right? And that's what has happened over the last few quarters as well. We've seen a lot of uncertainties. We have seen wars. We have seen oil prices rising. We've seen rupee coming under pressure. We've seen inflation significantly, a lot of geopolitical risk across the globe. But if you look at how things have been evolving, first of all, we are a very large consumer population, and our own requirements of consumption are fairly large. So our own consumption requirements are going to drive a lot of these manufacturing companies to significant profits on a continuing basis. That's what we envisage. Second, yes, there is a structural shift geopolitically across the world. We are moving from a globalized world into a world where we are doing free trade agreements with different countries, and India has been in the forefront of doing that. We have been able to sign FTA with Europe, which is going to get live by the end of this year. The UK is soon going to be live, the FTA with UK. We have FTA with the Middle East. UAE, we've been significantly partnering with them. We've been working closely with the US, and US is very gung ho from various statements that came in the past. Now they are very gung ho, and they also realize that India is a very important partner for them. Likewise, for Australia, and so if you look at it in short, all the large consumers, all the large economies of the world are our clients, and we are sensing a lot of opportunities in terms of exports. So our domestic consumption is fairly large, our export opportunities are fairly large, and we are trying to hedge the geopolitical risk by partnering, by having good relationships from across the world. Like if you look at UAE is not only importing defense from us, it is also keeping its oil reserves with us, which gives us an opportunity to ensure that we have continuity of the energy supply. Likewise, if you look at the rupee risk that we've been facing, rupee has depreciated a lot over the last few um, months in particular, usually 3 to 4% kind of a depreciation, but last 3 to 4 months, last 6 months, we've fallen around 10%. If you look at right now, we see that yes, because of the structural shift, all this has happened. Even the FIIs have, the foreign institutions have taken out money. But if you look at over the coming years, the kind of opportunity India is presenting, the kind of things global investors are now starting to talk about India as an opportunity, the kind of the way the other economies are trying to partner with India. Uh, this is just a matter of time that all these things are going to reverse. In fact, on the contrary, we are sensing that the dollar is in a way nearing its peak, and we would see a de-dollarization kind of an effort coming forward. And that's what we are seeing as well. If you look at the dollar's global share, it has fallen from 70% in 2001 to 54% 2025, and it is significantly continuing to fall. So the usage of dollar is falling. We are buying in currencies other than dollar. We are not only buying in rupee, we are also intending to partner with the BRICS nation towards an alternative. We are moving back to gold reserves. So we are in a structural shift, and India presents a beautiful opportunity to make money. And not only this, we also sense that a lot of NRIs are going to diversify their capital back to India over the coming years because of the risks that the some of these economies are presenting and the opportunity that India is presenting. So it's a beautiful time for investors to continue investing in India. The volatility in the markets, as we've seen as well, gives a lot of opportunity to make money. So volatility makes you money, and you have to be definitely cautious. You have to go through an investment manager, and the investment manager has to be on its toes to continuously evaluate that what is expensive, what is cheap, what is going to continue to be fundamentally strong, what is going to have a fundamental issue in the company. So you have to continuously, आपको देखना पड़ता है कि आपका जो स्टॉक्स हैं वो कितने फंडामेंटली स्ट्रांग हैं, वो आगे कैसे ग्रो करेंगे. एंड वी आर कंटिन्यूइंग टू drive that. I think it's been 8 years and we are continuing to drive that. And thanks to Islamicly as well, we've been getting some really great continuous research from them to be able to provide this opportunity to you investors. So there's this HFCL story. We've seen the stock going up and going down. Even if you look at the last 3-4 months back, the stock was at 60-70 rupees. Today it has crossed 170 rupees, right? 3 months. And we've been continuously, हमारा कन्विक्शन था इस स्टॉक के ऊपर. ये एक ऑप्टिक फाइबर केबल मैन्युफैक्चरर था जो डिफेंस में और अदर टेलीकॉम में डाइवर्सिफाई कर रहा था इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में, एंड कॉन्टिन्यूस बेसिस पे इसको ऑर्डर्स आ रहे थे. देव बीन not only delivering for India orders, they've also had significant export orders. जितना उसका मार्केट कैप नहीं था उससे डबल उसका ऑर्डर बुक था. तो आज की डेट में 21,000 करोड़ का ऑर्डर बुक है. They are expecting a revenue growth of over 20% in the coming year. And they are not only this, we've been seeing their optical fiber, जो इनका core business था वो भी significantly expand हो रहा था. उसमें भी ये क्योंकि अभी हम AI देख रहे हैं, हम data center का expansion देख रहे हैं. Their optical fiber business has been going through the roof. Likewise, their defense business has been going through the roof. They have made some acquisitions in defense. Some companies they have bought in defense, and their export growth have been growing. So we continue to place our bet, and in 3 months, the stock has doubled. And this was there in the ethical portfolio, and all our investors have made money. This is one of the success stories which we want to share with you, that hey, it is about conviction. हो सकता है market volatility दे, हो सकता है market might go up and down, but if you are convinced about the company, if you are convinced that the company is doing well, you continue to stay invested and you will make money out of that opportunity. And that's what this opportunity shows. Not only this, a lot of other opportunities that were there in the portfolio. Although despite the volatility, markets का एक nature है कि वो volatile रहेगा, but अगर आप एक continuous 2-3 साल के लिए invest कर रहे हैं, SIP लगा रहे हैं लगातार, तो आप डेफिनेटली पैसा बनाएंगे इसमें मार्केट्स में. So next slide will be taken by Abdul.
Yes, thanks, Divam. Here is where we are talking about the magic masala, which gets into the screening for creating a Sharia-compliant ethical portfolio. So here is where Islamicly comes in. Islamicly is dedicated and committed to bringing such products to the audiences that we currently have, which is very important for us as a service provider to also come in and create such technologies and create such and empower such fund managers to create such products which can get into a very easy to use systems for the consumers. So as you can see, Smallcase as an investing platform was doing very well. And here is where we partnered with Green Portfolio to build an ethical Smallcase. All the controls, all of the screening, everything, including the audit and monitoring, gets into this thing. So essentially, we screen using the AOP screening criteria. For that matter, our Sharia board goes well and beyond the AOP screening criteria and applies its own intelligence in terms of their 100+ years of scholarships that they've had cumulatively at the Sharia board. They've come up with a Sharia compliance certificate, which has been issued to this product. And we continue to go ahead and do semi-annual audits on this, as well as disclose to you the exact purification computation for your portfolio in the past 6 months. So this has been going on for the past 3 years in terms of our services with our partnership, I would say, with Green Portfolio. And Alhamdulillah, we've seen that the folks at Green Portfolio are 100% committed in terms of ensuring Sharia compliance. We haven't seen any deviation whatsoever in terms of their investing universe, in terms of their stock picks. Everything has been in compliance with Sharia. And this thing has been evidenced through the Sharia certificate that has been given out. So all of this is backed by 25 years of research that Islamicly has been known for, including institutional investors who trust us for our screening as well as audit and certification processes. So lastly, all of this happens under the guidance of Sharia scholars. So if you like to have a look at who the Sharia scholars are associated with Islamicly, they're available on our website. But 10 seconds on that. The Sharia Star, the board that we have is a star-cast Sharia board. They have had massive amount of experience in terms of doing these things. And cumulatively, I will be wrong in saying that they have 100+ years experience. I believe our Sharia board has 150 years of cumulative work experience on their side, including all the scholarships that they have had in the past. So yeah, essentially, this is a platform which we believe is rigorously Sharia audited, and we can vouch for it as well. And you can get to know these through the thousands of people who have already invested in this. And as Divam mentioned, a couple of their bets have been phenomenal for that matter. And they continue to do that. Over to you, Divam.
Thank you. So this is the Sharia purification certification. We continuously, Abdul, would you take it?
Yeah, this is another aspect of evidence of that this entire product is adequately monitored and is in compliance with Sharia. So as you can see, this is the latest Sharia certificate which has come into place. This is dated the 27th of Jan 2026, as you can see on the top. The fund had started off on 15th of July 2024. So this audit is for the period of 1st July 2025 to 31st December 2025. So it's a latest 6-month audit. And as you can see, this is a conclusive certification that not only has this been set up as a Sharia compliant product, it is monitored in a Sharia compliant manner as well. And we continue to monitor it on a semi-annual basis and present the findings to the Sharia board. And the Sharia board are personally pretty happy with the way this product has been managed. And for that matter, they've been telling us that we should have more and more people like this, more and more products like this, which come up in the market. And that's the feedback that we've been giving to Divam and the team. And hence, they've been coming up with different products going forward. So my comments on the Sharia compliance of this product is that it is 100% adequately monitored for Sharia. So just don't worry on that side. Islamicly has got the good watch on this product, and compliance is the least of your worries. At the same time, returns will also be least of your worries as well, because as you can see in the past 20 minutes, you are listening to a man who can make you money. Diva, back to you.
Thank you, Abdul. So yeah, so it's on a continuous drive. We are continuing to work very closely with Islamically to deliver this product, and we are continuously evolving our products. As I told, we are creating a feeder fund in Dubai to pool in money for the NRIs on a quick onboarding with low KYC, and we are also getting our AIF, which would be ethical live, as well as there is a portfolio management services, as well as there is a small case that we have. So we are creating a bouquet of products for our investors, continuously working very hard to evolve our thesis and ensure that money is made, and ensure that the conception that money usually is not made in ethical products. We are trying to break that. and that's what we are trying to deliver. And if you look at the portfolio as well, we are trying to focus on the manufacturing cycle, and that manufacturing cycle has just started, and it's a decade of India's manufacturing cycle, and that is going to deliver a lot of returns for our investors, a lot of growth for our companies, be it defense, be it EVs, be it electronics, be it infrastructure backed companies. So a lot of these companies are going to do exceptionally well, and that's where we are placing our investments. So there's for Sharia, there's no compromise at all, and we continuously strive to make it better and better going forward. There are two pillars, as Abdullah mentioned as well, Green Portfolio and Islamically, who are trying to create a better product every day, and the opportunity is open, and I think it's a great opportunity for you to make your investments and create wealth. Since you all are here, we wanted to in a way reward you. We wanted to give a 30% off on our Sharia small cases, and for that there's a code Halal Web 30, HALALWEB 30, and this code is valid till 5th of June, and this will entail you to a 30% off on all the ethical small cases. So this is the opportunity for you to go and start investing, and for anything and everything, definitely our relationship managers, our entire team is 100% approachable at all times, and we can answer to your questions through any reach out that you make. You can go to our website, you can talk to us through the chatbot, or you can reach out to our relationship managers, and happy to answer any of your questions that you have at this moment. You guys can put in your questions, and we are happy to answer.
Thank you, Divam. This is quite exciting. I would say that in these turbulent markets, as you mentioned in your presentation, having somebody who can hold your hand and take you through these turbulent times is what investors probably need to explore. We probably have seen a lot of investors entering the market with the previous boom post the COVID era, and now they are probably facing the heat, or as they call it, some headwinds. So here is an opportunity that while you be in compliance with your Sharia principles, you are handheld by a professional fund manager via a technology tool that has been provided or via small case investing. And as you can see, the one thing that I really like about what Divam always tries to do, and Green Portfolios is always built for, is no compromise on its ethics, no compromise on the investing philosophy as well. So while they are 100% aligned to investing in a Sharia compliant manner for this portfolio, they are not of the opinion that returns need to be inferior. So that is the winning attitude that we found in this team, and that's why we've brought them in front of you so that you, as an audience, can invest in a Sharia compliant manner by keeping yourself aligned to your faith, as well as access the best acumen in the market, so that you can get the most efficient return on the available Sharia compliant stocks. So amazing stuff, Divam. Are there any questions right now?
Yes, we have some questions flowing in.
Sure.
First question is around, uh, Divam, this is probably something you can take up, or either of you. Can NRI invest in green portfolio? What's the process?
Yes, so NRIs can invest in green portfolio. They can, if their investment ticket size is 50 lakhs, they can come to the PMS, and we would do the entire management for them. And this will be an ethical PMS, which will be 100% compliant. There'll be a set of documentation for the NRI. There'll be a bank account opening. There'll be a demat account opening, and we will get you the entire paperwork, and as well as domestic compliances done, hassle free. If you would want to invest through the small cases, there's an opportunity to invest through the small cases as well. You can do that. You can reach out to our team, and we'll guide you if you need any assistance over there as well. as well as we are going to start our AIF for a ticket size of 1 crore and above. We are going to start our AIF in the next 1 month. So, which reduces the set of documentation for the investors, for the NRIs. That would also be an opportunity. So, to begin with, you can go through the small cases as an NRI. These PMS is very much active, and we've been serving a lot of portfolio management clients, which is a 50 lakhs ticket size. You can come in as an NRI over there, as well as if you would want to go with less documentation and you have a ticket size of 1 crore, you can come through the AIF.
Sounds good. I can see there's another question over here, and it looks to be a pertinent question. And that is the question which also came up to my mind when Divam was talking about HFCL. A lot of people have this misconception that defense stocks or exposure to defense is something which is considered non-Sharia compliant. I fail to understand that. But let me answer this objectively. Yes, there are certain Sharia boards which classify revenues from defense services or companies which in the defense sector to be non-compliant. But that is a view in the market. On the other hand, there is a very wide view which allows investment in defense stocks. Now, let me give you my 2 cents on why there are these two camps. Essentially, the scholars which allow investment in defense stocks do so because there is no explicit prohibition for defense or arms or weapons in the Sharia. So Sharia doesn't prohibit possession or doesn't prohibit manufacturing or doesn't prohibit the trade of weapons or defense equipment and so on and so forth. For that matter, there is absolutely no restriction on that side. Yes, there are considerations in terms of its ethical use. There are considerations in terms of its responsible use. And there are considerations about accountability, about how you use these kind of weapons and resources. So overall, there is a massive group of Sharia scholars which allow investment in defense companies as well. Two, the camp which says that defense companies should not be invested in or stuff that revenues from defense or revenues from arms or revenues from ammunition sales and so on and so forth are considered non-permissible. This group of Sharia scholars believe that the current usage, what do I say, the current obvious or visible use of these products of these companies are possibly not in a very ethical manner. Now, that is a question of ultimate end use. So the ultimate end use is dependent on the buyer and it's not dependent on the seller. So in terms of defense equipment or in terms of a defense service, it's agnostic in its application. It could be used as a pure defensive technology, or it could be used in an offensive manner, or it could be used in a manner that could probably be unfair or would be unhuman on the other side. So this is all considerations for the ultimate user. But for the companies or the establishments which are into this, for them, it is a service which Sharia permits. For that matter, Sharia promotes these kind of things in terms of you've got to protect your wealth, you've got to protect your progeny, you've got to protect your country as well. So there is a sense of nation, there is a sense of self, there is a sense of family, and there is a sense of wealth to be protected. All of these will be enabled through these kind of companies. So the Islamicly Sharia board and the chairman of the Islamicly Sharia board is absolutely positive that Islamic investors should be allowed to invest in defense companies because it is not something which is prohibited by in the Sharia paradigm. For that matter, it is encouraged that we go ahead and have a portfolio of defense stocks as well, because as you can see in the current environment, in the current geopolitical situation, this is a theme which will see reasonable activity as well. And please do not get confused that defense is a non-permissible activity. It's an absolutely permissible activity. Go back in history and look at all the conquest which has happened. None of those happened just by prayer. It happened with an army, it happened with a certain force. Yes, most of the conquests have been defensive in nature. So 2 cents, investing in defense stocks is Sharia permissible, but not all of them. The screening happens at Islamicly, and the ones which qualify will be available for investment. And that's where the green portfolio will invest in as well. So yes, defense is a permissible theme. Do not worry about that. All right. Any other questions?
There's a question around purification as to is there a scenario where if after a person invests, the a particular stock becomes non-compliant, what happens in that case? Has it happened before, and what happens in that case? If
Yes.
such a scenario arises?
Yes, this is a very important question. For that matter, the entire screening of stocks for Sharia compliance is dependent on this fundamental fact that purification needs to be carried out. So as you understand, none of the companies that are allowed to be invested in as Sharia compliant are 100% pure companies. What I mean by that is either they have certain tainted revenue. A tainted revenue would essentially mean certain small, negligible amounts of revenues coming in from non-compliant areas such as pork, alcohol, pornography, or interest and financial services. So there is a tolerance limit of 5%. So this tolerance limit of 5% ensures that a decent number of companies are available for investment, and it becomes an efficient portfolio as well. But what happens to this 5% impure income? This 5% impure income needs to be purified. With the green ethical small case that we have, you do not have to worry about any of those things. The entire portfolio is monitored by our team. The entire portfolio is audited, and we identify any non-permissible incomes creeping into the investable universe, and we ensure that it is segregated and a purification ratio is published per portfolio. So as you can see, you will be every investor on this product gets a semi-annual audit certificate. That semi-annual audit certificate also comprises of the purification percentage that you got to do on your portfolio. So it's as simple as that. So yes, we do provide purification on your portfolio, and on the green portfolio ethical small case as well. We have this same service going on, and it has become very easy. Now, the second aspect of this is that in terms of changes of compliance and the resultant purification requirement for that. In this sense as well, you do not have to worry about any of those things. Green portfolio takes care of all of these things, and the audit certificate that you get is including the purification that you have to do for stocks that turn non-compliant. Just to tell you a little bit brief on that, Sharia compliance of stocks is a dynamic process. It's not a static process. So that means a stock which is compliant today might not be compliant tomorrow or in the next update, and vice versa as well. Stocks which were non-compliant could turn compliant as well, depending on their updated financial statements and their revenue streams. So yes, stocks turn compliance both ways as well. So here is a scenario wherein a stock is compliant. It was presented to Green Portfolio. They looked at that stock and they ingested that into their portfolio. Now you have then gone ahead and invested in that stock. In a couple of quarters and a couple of rebalances, this stock becomes non-compliant now. That means a stock which was Sharia compliant earlier has become non-compliant now. What happens to this? From a practical perspective, as a user of Green Portfolio's ethical small case, you do not have to worry about this at all. You will get a rebalance update. In that rebalance update, you will be asked to exit that stock, and an alternate stock will be given out there as well. It's not complicated. It's a couple of clicks, and that's about it. So yes, the purification takes care of both the areas. That is one, the intrinsic impure income, which is there inside the intrinsic tolerable impure income, which is there inside a particular stock, which is Sharia compliant. And two, when it changes compliance as well, if there's a breach or if there's a gain that has been incorporated into your investable universe, that is also taken care of, and the purification ratio is computed, and you will get it via the audit certificate that you will be given at the end of the 6 months. So it has become very easy to invest via the Green Portfolio platforms because purification, which is a fundamental pillar of Sharia compliant equity investments, is taken care of in the purification aspect as well. Yeah.
Thank you. Then there's another question around NRIs. Can NRI holding ICICI Direct Demat subscribe for small case, or do we need Zerodha account for access small case subscription?
I need to check on this, but most likely there are I think there are 10 companies whose demat accounts can be used as NRIs. I think the ICICI has an integration with Smallcase for the NRI section. So I think that should be possible. But still, you can reach out to our set of our team and we will help you with that. As well as you can put in your email ID on the chat so that we can reach out to you. But most likely, ICICI has an integration with Smallcase for the NRI section.
Yeah, for the NRIs, I would like to mention this as well, that this is a brilliant product with all that Divam was talking about, in the sense with the way the dollar is behaving, with the India growth story, especially on the manufacturing side, and the next decade that we're going to see. And as a theme, manufacturing has got a very high level of compliance as well, because this is a straightforward theme. It is Indian manufacturing companies are not yet into massive conglomerate kind of a behavior wherein they are investing in various divergent forms of manufacturing lines. So they're still quite focused. They're still quite thematic. They're still quite focused on what their core product is. So yes, for especially for non-resident Indians, these kind of products are a fantastic opportunity to access the India market, as well as remain in full Sharia compliance with uh, adequacy to the regulatory framework as well. So brilliant product for the non-resident Indians as well.
All right, I think this is probably a good note to end on. Thank you,
Th-
gentlemen.
Thank you so much. I'd like to mention at the end of this that I have seen a couple of fund managers who are interested in launching this kind of product. I have worked with about in the past 20 years with multiple asset managers as well. But the kind of professionalism, the kind of commitment to client servicing, and the kind of commitment to the theme that has been displayed by the Green Portfolio management, Divam, Karan, and all of the people involved over here is phenomenal. I mean, it's such a smooth and a brilliant working experience, which is as if we're working, which is in fact like working with top-notch fund managers across the world. The amount of care and concern and the amount of communication adequacy that Green Portfolio ensures in line with the ethical investing theme, that's something which is commendable. Fund managers are definitely motivated by better performances, but at the same time, I've seen the Green Portfolio team to be ethical, to be considerate, as well as absolutely committed to the methodology of Sharia compliance investing, and which is absolutely displayed in their fund management styles and themes. And as I've said, in the past 3 years that we've been conducting the audit of the green portfolio, small cases, and then model portfolios, we found almost, forget almost, we found zero deviation. Okay, I just don't have to be beat around the bush, but this is factual information that all of their 6 audits that we've conducted have resulted in zero deviation, and that's a commendable effort from a young fund manager and a young fund management team. So they've understood the process, and it is a fantastic professional product. And even privately, just between the customers and Islamicly, we get fantastic feedback of the Green Portfolio team. So I would suggest that in this turbulent times of investing, with a professional fund manager like Green Portfolio on your side, having experience of doing this ethical investing for the past 3 years along with us, and we as Islamically can vouch that this is a team which needs to be trusted, and possibly this could be your ticket to wealth building in a fully Islamic manner. Thank you so much for joining. Please do use the code which is available over here, which is Halal Web 30. It is all complimentary, the Green Portfolio team, and it is to honor in these turbulent times that people might have certain restrictions in terms of the already economical price that they are charging for their services. But here it is. It's just for a couple of days. Remember, this is till June the 5th. It is just till the June the 5th. So just 4 to 5 days. Do utilize this. It is Halal, HALAL, Web 30. And that's it from our side. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much, Divam, for your detailed presentation and sharing your investing ideas as well. I believe a couple of other fund managers are also looking at this webinar, and will be happy to learn from your experience in managing Sharia compliant ethical portfolios in small cases as well as PMS. And I would like to congratulate you on launching your AIF soon. We will be happy to partner on that as well. So that will also be a fantastic product, and inshallah, we will be doing a separate webinar upon launch of that product. Guys, keep investing into green portfolios, ethical model portfolios. This is something very, very exciting, and it has got a decent track record as well. Please do note that I am not a SEBI-registered research analyst, and I can't be recommending any products. I am just saying that the professional team at Green Portfolio are the ones that you need to be talking to. If you have any questions, please do get in touch with them through email as well as on their website. They are happy to help you. And if there's anything that is required on our side in terms of Sharia, please do get in touch with us, and we'll be able to help you out as well. Thank you, Divam. Thank you so much. Thank you, entire team Green Portfolio, for joining us on this webinar today.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Abdul. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Take care. Let's make some money. Bye-bye.